There's a series of things that are going to happen before we get to superintelligence, which frankly are going to be amazing. Miracles is hardly a word for it. The first one is joblessness, the future of jobs. People don't really want to think clearly about this. They think about what's going to happen in the next 5 years, the next 10 years. They don't really want to think clearly about the long-term future. And as a result, there are 4 big misconceptions about the future of jobs. The first one is that automation cannot cause lasting, widespread unemployment. And it's not a daft idea, it's not a daft thought, because it hasn't in the past. In the past, almost all automation has been mechanization. It's been the automation of muscle jobs. And the classic example is the agricultural industry. In 1800, 80% of all Americans who did any work worked on farms. In 1900, that number was down to 40%, and now it's down to about 1%. So 80% down to 1%. If technological unemployment could result from that, we'd all be unemployed. But in fact, the descendants of all those people who used to work on farms are in this room, and they're working in shops and offices and factories around the world. And the reason for that is that when machines took our jobs, took our muscle jobs, we had something else to offer. And by the way, this is the best ever picture I've managed to ever get out of Dali. I'm very proud of this. It took me 10 seconds. So we went on to do jobs that involved our cognitive abilities. But it didn't work out so well for the horse. In 1915, there were 21.5 million horses working in America, pulling vehicles around mostly. And that was it. That was when the tide turned for horses. There are now 2 million horses in America. And if you'll excuse the pun, that is unbridled technological unemployment, because this didn't happen. Our horses didn't become our drivers. So the idea that automation can't cause widespread technological unemployment, I think, is dangerously complacent. I think it's wrong and dangerously complacent.